Hey guys, let's get more news from Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Warriors send Andrew Wiggins to 76ers in proposed trade. One NBA insider proposed that the Philadelphia 76ers, Portland Trail Blazers and Golden State Warriors make a trade with each other this offseason. Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report proposed the following three-team trade: Sixers get Andrew Wiggins via Warriors, $1.1 million via Blazers. Blazers get Kevin Looney via Warriors, number 16 pick via Sixers, $22.5 million trade exception. Wiggins, $4.4 million trade exception. Robert Williams III. Warriors get Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams III. The deal would be agreed to before the draft but executed on July 6, after the 2024-25 moratorium, Pincus wrote. The Warriors would have a hard cap at the first apron, projected at $178.7 million, but could avoid triggering it by including Gue Santos to Philadelphia or Portland. Wiggins averaged 13.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.7 assists this season for the Warriors while shooting 45.3% from the field, 35.8% from beyond the arc and 75.1% from the free throw line. The NBA champion will make $26.3 million next season. Looney averaged 4.5 points, 5.7 rebounds and 1.8 assists for the Warriors this season while shooting 59.7% from the field and 67.5% from the free throw line. The three-time NBA champion has a partially guaranteed, $8 million, contract for next season. Brogdon averaged 15.7 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 5.5 assists for the Blazers this season while shooting 44% from the field, 41.2% from beyond the arc and 81.9% from the free throw line. The 31-year-old will make $22.5 million next season in the final year of his contract. Finally, Williams III averaged 6.8 points and 6.3 rebounds for the Blazers this season while shooting 65.4% from the field and 77.8% from the free throw line. He only played in 6 games due to an injury. The center will make $12.4 million next season. The Warriors and Blazers missed the playoffs this year. Meanwhile, the Sixers are down 2-0 to the New York Knicks in the first round. The Warriors are expected to trade Wiggins this offseason. The swingman has played poorly the past 2 seasons. Klay must be Warriors' priority, but Moody has earned opportunity. Thompson's metrics indicate that would be as the team's 6th man. Which means coach Steve Kerr can better regulate his minutes. Some nights, 23. Other nights, 32. Such flexibility suits the idea of Thompson cooking as the team's 6th man. Klay really showed that he was agreeable to the 6th man role the second half of the year, even though eventually we put him back in the starting lineup, coach Steve Kerr said. That's got to be an option going forward. I would prefer not to play him 35 minutes. Putting Thompson, 34, into that role also should provide a long look at Moses Moody in the starting lineup. He has earned that opportunity. Both options are being considered, based on comments by Kerr when asked last week about his starting lineup options if Thompson returns as the 6th man. It could very well be somebody on the roster, Kerr said. I think our young guys are going to continue to get better. For a while we started Brandon Podziemski instead of Klay. So that's a possibility. Maybe Moses moves into the starting lineup. The case for Moody getting that opportunity is about as strong as the case for Thompson as the 6th man. Much of it is based on Golden State's need to improve its point of attack defense and also have a dangerous scorer coming off the bench. There was a time when Thompson was a superb on-ball defender, capable of excelling in assignments as varied as big guards like James Harden and DeMar DeRozan, or smaller guards like Kyrie Irving and Chris Paul. When Thompson and Andre Iguodala were on the court together, they were like 2 gray wolves prowling the wings. That duo was crucial to Golden State's fabled death squad defense. Two serious injuries, a torn left ACL and a ruptured right Achilles tendon, have stolen much of Thompson's lateral quickness. Buckets that were rare against him 6 years ago now are common. Thompson's 116.1 defensive rating in the 2023-24 NBA season ranked 11th among the rotational Warriors, right behind Dario Saric and ahead of Andrew Wiggins, 116.3. Sacramento Kings coach Mike Brown, who was on Golden State's staff before and after Thompson's injuries, had his wings hunting matchups against Klay in the NBA play-in tournament game last week. Moody is, by contrast, one of Golden State's best defenders, on the ball or off it. His 110.2 rating ranked second on the team, behind only Gary Payton II, 108.9, and just ahead of Draymond Green, 110.7. Though Moody's defense would offset some of the scoring lost with Thompson coming off the bench, he's no zero on offense. He shot 46.2% from the field, including 36.0 deep, but those percentages rose to 51.9/39.5 when he started. Thompson shot 43.2/38.7% overall, 42.5/37.7 when starting. He's a really good player, and he's a young player who still has a lot of room for growth, Kerr said of Moody. Decision-making at both ends needs to improve. Quicker decisions. Quicker rotations defensively. Recognition of patterns. I've told him directly that I want him to get his shot off quicker. I think he should be an excellent three-point shooter. There are times where he's open and he doesn't shoot it, he drives it, and we immediately lose the advantage. Kerr's concerns about Moody's semi-deliberate release are valid, certainly relative to Thompson. Chris Paul future projects to be away from the Warriors. Chris Paul has a $30 million team option on his contract for next season. The Golden State Warriors are widely expected to decline that option. Paul would then enter unrestricted free agency in the summer. After missing out on a potential championship run, Paul is still searching for an opportunity to get his hands on the Larry O'Brien Trophy. According to NBC Sports' Kurt Helin, that opportunity is unlikely to come with Golden State. It's highly unlikely Chris Paul will be back with the Warriors next season, Helin wrote. It's not that Steve Kerr or anyone else is unhappy with his play. This was the best Golden State's non-Curry minutes have been in years, and much of that was thanks to Paul. It's just a financial situation where the Warriors are trying to cut back on their steep tax bill, and another team will likely offer CP3 more money than the Warriors want to pay their backup point guard. Warriors owner Joe Lacob has previously spoken about the team's desire to duck under the luxury tax for the 2024-25 season as Golden State looks to begin retooling its roster. Our Plan 1, or 1A, is actually we'd like to be out of the tax, and we think that we have a way to do that, Lacob said during an interview with Tim Kawakami of The Athletic. That kind of is the plan, not just under the second apron. I'll tell you why that's important, because the truth is that we need to be out of the tax 2 years out of the next 4, below the tax line, in order to get this repeater thing off our books. We don't want to be a repeater. Paul's reputation as an elite playmaking guard will ensure he has multiple options during the summer. The Warriors would likely welcome him back next season if he was willing to take a significant pay cut. After all, he will be entering his age 39 season. It's unlikely that Paul will opt to join a rebuilding team or a roster that doesn't project to be in contention. At this point in his career, playing a role for a contender will likely be at the top of his priorities as he chases the one thing that has eluded him throughout his career, a championship. If Paul is open to continuing his new role as a bench guard, he won't be on the free agent market for long. And you fan, what do you think of the Chris Paul situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.